Doma Sports Talk worldwide with some news from the world of boxing. So y'all know what time it is. You ain't in a rush to get concussed. Now don't forget that undisputed fight popping off tomorrow with Franco Cruz Discern and Savannah Marshall. Make sure y'all tune into that. That's gonna be a good woman fight. It's for undisputed too, so check that out. Now speaking of undisputed, right? I think it's almost undisputed TBE. You know, probably the best ever. Got to be Floyd Mayweather. When you're talking about, they'll call him a defensive fighter if they want to, but his offense wasn't that bad neither. Damn it! And I'm undefeated, and I was only in one close fight, really, one real close fight. And in that fight, I was injured. I being Floyd Money Mayweather. Now, I like him or loathe him, he's bad as hell, and we know it, right? A lot of dedication in there. You didn't get bad just because I got the genes. You got to work hard too, and we did that too. And he duped the industry. Hey, they gonna hate me anyway, so I might as well turn into a bad guy and get paid. Well, he duped you, right? Made you think people was gonna beat him, and they never did. It's funny to me too, but there's props to him. And he got silly rich without no help from no sponsors because they wasn't giving him none. Every little mistake he made outside of the ring was magnified, right? The little mistakes from other people, we don't give a damn. But with him, magnified. So he couldn't get no sponsors. Didn't need them. Awesome. But anyway, that ain't what we're talking about. We got a big fight coming up on July 29th, the biggest one probably in the last couple of years, between Errol the Truth Spence and Terence Crawford. Now, I've done several videos about it because I just think it's basically nuts. I did a video called It's Nuts How Many People Are Picking Terence Crawford Over Errol Spence. And a lot of Terence Crawford fans just read the thumbnail and start getting on me, right? Not even really, people be, argue, start writing without looking at your video, not even 45 seconds. Because what I meant by that is the smaller fighter, right? A fighter with some are saying he has resume issues, is the favorite versus the bigger fighter established with a better resume, who's definitely a top 5 pound for pound fighter in Errol Spence. But when you talk to the people, there's way more people that think Terence Crawford is going to win the fight. Among those are those who have fought both fighters in Kell Brook and Sean Porter. Both thinks Terence Crawford is going to win the fight, and because he has more in his arsenal, right? He can do more things. He can adjust in the ring. Those type of things. So when you're looking at that, you're like, and it's just ridiculous how many people think that Terence Crawford is going to win. Oscar De La Hoya, also a 6th division champion. Oscar De La Hoya said, you ain't got to be a genius to see that he's a better fighter than Errol Spence. And Oscar De La Hoya promoted Errol Spence. He's just like, hey, man, I got to be fair. So Terence Crawford, man, it's all that. And a bag of chips is ridiculous, because Errol Spence, I like to tell you, that's Van Helsing, man. This dude is ridiculous, but this little dude coming up in weight is a favorite versus him. That's nuts to me. So, speaking of it, let's talk about what Floyd Mayweather said. Floyd Mayweather just said, listen, the number 1 pound for pound in the world is Terence Crawford, period. All right? So without his resume or whatever, right? He's the number 1 pound for pound fighter in the world, and he reminds him of himself. Floyd Mayweather said the dude could fight his ass off, period. And that's basically, to sum it up, guys, anybody that watches the boxing for a while and sees what Terence Crawford has done from the lightweight to the junior welterweight to welterweight, right? You've seen him being the bigger fighter. You've seen him being like even, or then you've seen him being the smaller fighter and seeing him adjust in fights and seeing him not being in any close fights. If you watch all that and that doesn't impress you, then you're not impressed from anybody in boxing. You could just stop it. Now, the ones that are out on the internet that are being paid to say things or just, to basically, because there's no way you can be objective and just, Terence Crawford never done nothing, and then go talk about somebody else like they have. That's impossible, but if you're objective. That's impossible. That's why I can't listen. I just laugh at it, because there's no way that you could be objective. Like, oh, all these other guys in boxing are awesome, but Terence Crawford isn't. And then all the boxers are telling you that he is. the promoters and the people in boxing and the fact that he's undefeated without being nothing. And I'm pushing up on Errol Spence or any damn body else. Jamel Charlo going to the next division to do that. And I've been undisputed before. And I've been number one pound for pound or in that decision, in that conversation for the last 8 to 10 years. Manny Pacquiao was scared to fight me, and everybody in the industry was scared to let him fight me. Right? And all these people out of beat, the dude who beat Pacquiao beat the hell out of him. Whatever, people. I'm just saying, focus on what Floyd Mayweather says. The number one pound for pound fighter right now is Terence Crawford. Now, I just read that part of the article and threw it down and came right here. Because I don't really care what else he said. It's another feather in Terence Crawford's fight, cap or hat. And it's just something else to show you how awesome this dude is. Now, Errol Spence is awesome too. I mean, people, because you know you got to pick sides nowadays. No, you don't. Just enjoy the damn fight. They're both awesome. But right now, the more awesome guy is Terence Bud Crawford. Spence got on July 29th can change that emphatically. So let's see what the hell is up. As of right now, Terence Bud Crawford's number one pound for pound. Bam. Doma Sports Talk Worldwide. And I'm out of here, y'all.